start. We're going to be starting stage 31 now. Set it up a wee bit. This is Google Colab. That's to from the Python to my PC download the Excel file. This is the second time I'm making the video, so this might be some stuff already done, double checked. Just because first time I made a video, I put it online. The recording, I forgot to put the mic on, and I was speaking for about half an hour to a closed mic. So hopefully this time the mic is on and is no problem. Okay, hopefully everything goes fine, but first we have to connect to the host again. That's connecting Python. This is just go call up to download a file. That's it connected, right? Now this is my PDF files. This I could easily convert it to Google Excel, a Word document, but Excel is difficult. Basically, this is what I get. Is it I get a PDF, but Excel will be Word is easy to explain, but difficult to convert it to Excel. The weekly credit sheet for my credit card account jobs. Like this is sheet number 45. My designation is driver 151. My name is Khalil Manaf. This is issue date. Basically, the money I made £154. Minus my weekly radio rent 140, so I lost £5.20. So I had to pay £5.20 to my own pocket. These kind of details is very difficult to transfer. Date, and it also has a time. But we're gonna be in Microsoft Excel. Instead of like putting all that in one, we're gonna be separating date and time. See, this is a account job premium app. This is a credit card, could be credit card or debit card, but it's a card, physical card was tapped. That's through account. This is pickup. This is drop off, and this is amount, and you get postcodes also, and this is a total amount. So generally explain. Now I'm gonna. So this is not just one. This is loads. Driver 51. This is mine. All from 45 to 23 sheet number. So it's about 22 weeks of information I'm transferring here. See, 22 weeks. So it's not just one. Now time to run all the code, and hopefully it'll work. But let me just keep eye. Hopefully there'll be no problems with the code. Looks fine running. Something went wrong. I think I know. What was that? That's a lowercase. That's a high case. I don't know why I did that, but did that. And that's gone to the cloud there. But me just looking at this right now, I realized I did something wrong again. Stage over. Uh, 31 and put it down like that. Already uploaded, but we go at the beginning and step by step double check everything because like right now I've made loads of errors, copy and paste stuff, all that stuff. When I made an error I have to shift some stuff up and down. I have to rearrange cut the text and all that stuff. So I'm making sure everything's in the right places, not anything upside down. That's the first stage. That looks fine and I worked. This is the second stage and that worked and I went back up. Now this is a big long text, so I'll let you make sure it works. Stage one. Let's do it. Can you do it like that? Stage part two. So let's see part three. I want to make sure all the parts are correct. Part four. Part five. Part six. Part seven. Part eight. Part nine. Part 10. Part 11. Part 12. This will be a bit redundant. Part 13. I have to just double check because I'm going to be putting this online when I'm finished. Part 14. Part 15. Part 16. Part 17. Part 18. Part 19. Part 20. Part 21. Part 22. Part 23. Part 24. Part 25. Part 26. Part 27. Part 28. Part 29. So last bit was, oh, there's part 30 up there. So that's part 30. And then part 31. Everything's working fine. Let's redo it again. I'm gonna save it. Saved. And make a copy. Anything you always should make a copy just in case. If anything goes wrong, you'll have a copy. That's which way you should do it. So like right now, this while when I was loading up, it's going slowly. That if something crashes, you don't want your stuff to crash also. Okay, that's gone. Now let's see. We downloaded just the latest one right now. We start a summary. Edit. See driver for 151. I just did it, so it'll be my. I have like rented cars when you rent maybe 1 week on 151, 152, so it'll be a bit disorganized. That's why I only picked up 23 to 45 sheet, so it'll be easier for me to explain and use guys to follow. I could do the rest sheets, but it'll be different driver numbers, and you might be confused why is a different code. Different code is right now I have my own vehicle and my taxi and my credit cards, but while you just rent from the base and they have a nameless driver insurance and they have a fleet of cars, so they might get I might be on 151 one day, then 251, then 300 the next day, 1 week different cars, but that'll be like straight away that's just week numbers. That's the issue date, so going down again. And this is the total earnings basically is that. And this where it was and this is that. And our color, I did the conditioning format, like here, I'm going color school. I didn't do it right now. I did it through Python. So highest earning is that. And when I'm studying, it's the zero. And when it's medium, it's that. Transactions. See, I grouped it together. We was talking about it. This is different sheets. So PDF files, I could check instead of when I'm trying to look for one, like PDF file 23, 24, 25 information. So I know each sheet's information. And basically, 1 week I made £26, but my radio under 40, then my bank under £56. So basically, is this transaction, see transaction, but this week £134 I made, but £140, so I lost £5.20 because of the earning enough. But this is like how much I earned them, how much they charged me, them what's called left. And this is like if you look here, I made zero payment link bank. That means I paid through my own bank account to probably made a card transaction. And this is also Christmas and New Year surcharges. You pay extra because you're making extra money, double shift, meter and a half during Christmas season. That means people working in the base also getting more money to work during Christmas time, New Year, and Christmas Day. Like I'm working, I want more money for Christmas and New Year Day. I also have to pay extra radio money to pay for the people working in the base to receiving a telephone call for Christmas and New Year Day. Most important, I need the PDF file if anytime. This is just overall stuff I could write the overall figure easily in my weekly, and I don't do this, but I do keep the PDF file, but I just write that in Excel for my weekly figures. But I could do that also, but if I could keep a whole year for like HMRC April to April tax years, I could keep this, easily transfer all the details, all this, each driver weekly invoices. So that's all this pick up drop off time, all this detail if HMRC ever wants to look at it, all this detail, my driver number, sheet number, reference date. Like I said, this has been separated date and time. That's very important. Like here is in one place, so it made it much nicer. And if that extra stuff like I set up to day of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Here is only day. Does it tell you Friday, Saturday, Sunday? So it has got better for me to analyze which days I worked, and it shows me here what days I actually worked. The weekly minimum start date, finish I might not work 7 days, I might only work 3 days, like here. And then when you go down here, it'll show you I only worked 5 days. And here it is just counting the transactions I did, like a count formula. Set up automatically again, and I separated the postcodes. When you're picking up, people nowadays have more phone than GPS, so we know postcode. When you're dropping off, they enter their postcode in manually, and the street address automatically comes up. Basically, most people put their postcode in, and it comes up. Here is in one place. So I put the software to pick it up. That shows you how good Python. It actually not just copy and paste. It use AI to separate. Hold up, that's a postcode. Here it goes separate and there. And people when they're entering the destination, they enter the postcode name, just a door number, automatically has a street name, much easier for them. And again, AI separated the date when it was on in one column here. That just shows you how smart AI, Python coding AI is. Then I use color coding again, but instead of using just red and yellow. This is just dark green, light green, say dark green for low numbers and light green for high numbers. But I added one thing extra very important here. If you look here, I added the time float. Basically, this was 1900 and 1913, 751. We put it all in like time flowed here. That'll be very important when I go to this one. Sorry, here, because I grouped it together to find out how many jobs I get per hour in that area. I'll explain further when I get to this area, but basically, instead of getting it three separate ones, 1900, 1911, 1931, this just puts it all in one place, and then you count um the jobs instead of like how many by the it can't by the hour instead of by the minute. But we're going to just this analyst is mainly just subtotal analyzing this credit one and this amount. This is just simple put in for extra information to look nice. The main ones are job subtotal, that's my weekly earnings. This is per fair, right? So it's 23 sheets. Job amounts analyzed 194, right? But credit basically, like I said, some weeks I did not work, so there's nothing in credit. That's why it's less than job subtotal. Because some weeks I did not work. If you look here, that's why it's a wee bit different because some weeks I did not work and I did not because I'm doing uni work. Mean medium is like average and it shows me how average I earn weekly per job. The minimum, if I don't work at all, I make zero. Minimum fare per job is £4. Maximum I ever earned in 23 weeks is £400. Per job was 64. Basically, we analyze the information, gives you a rough idea of your weekly earnings, your per job, how the largest you ever earned, the smallest you ever earned, like the second, third largest, first, second, smallest, percentile range upper. So it's a good information, but this is the part I really like. We made a pivot table with a destination postcodes, right? So all this and this group together instead of like here it tells you like 3 times I went to this postcode, right? I got the count of destination postcode also a formula set up for that. So it shows me which postcode areas are busy and the average amount. So this might be busy, but I'm only making 670 and might be like here this postcode 1277. This is basically a destination might be they never give the postcode, they just give me a street name and I just take it. So that's why I showed you sometimes the job it doesn't they don't have postcode, they just give me street name or a place's name and that's it. So this will be help me to analyze which postcode is busy and how average I get job, but not just a job like this one. This is two £20.30, but this one will be £6 something. So it really depends on the job. Then this one is also pivot table, but day of the week. I did that wasn't in the original. This was just a day, wasn't in like Friday, Saturday, or last. I did that. So like Friday, and we flowed the time to hourly minimum. Like if I saw half seven, it showed you 7 o'clock time flowed separate, but add XSL. If we go back here, there's XSL. So it counted how many time this time I was busy. Here's how many time I got a job there. So obviously I know how busy I am. Like red mean very busy, then going lighter to green to mean quiet. And this is the average earnings. Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If you look at a Friday, you know you're busy until 12 o'clock. Then when it's Friday turn into Saturday morning because we were quieter. So people go out on a Friday, but they go home early at 12 o'clock. But when people go out on a Saturday, they stay until like about 2 or 3 o'clock if you look at this, and much more people party. Then Sunday, the rest of the days, it shows you that. It's a very important thing also. I like to show you the original one, video one, when I was talking about this problem, right? This is a Excel. Remember, I changed it a bit because here instead of me doing day of the week first and the job float, I did the job float the time first, and for me, it's not visually nice. Some people might prefer it because it's showing you in the order of the time, not the day. Like 00 Saturday, 00 Sunday. It worked out the time wise for it, not a day. I don't like a few. Some people might prefer it this time, this day, but this is a time first time today. But for me, it was a bit more confusing. Then, like, if it's 12 o'clock, then me trying to find out 1 o'clock Saturday, I found that. So that's why I changed it when I was doing it. If you look at the videos, I change it, couple it around as told you 1 minute. I'm gonna just do something, update or tweak it. Let's the original draft formula, and there it is. If we could put it side by side, let's see it. See, this is an which one? Video one when it was an issue we talking about was this style, and I just updated because I like this all Friday together. Them the time, them Saturday, them Sunday. But this is all the time first in order. Like 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock, first 0000, 12 o'clock, then 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, two. I had any like that style. Them is like days all over the place. It was a bit confusing. But this is all Fridays together, Saturdays together, all that stuff, Sundays. If we put it in the whole year, this will be a useful tool to make more money. You'll know the postcode which one's busiest and the average amount. So you know the postcode and the average amount. Then the day and the time, which day and time you should be working at. You can make it much better, but for this project I just kept it simple. That's to increase your money and analyze the information. That is also analyze how average earning, but it's just simple. We're trying to learn from financial modeling data and it looked nice. Just you learn your average earning overall and your minimum maximum. But like I said, this took to the next level, the postcode, county floor average amount, then this post the day, the time, average earning. This is just basic information for tax reasons, HMRC. I just currently just put that in when I'm doing my weekly working, and I save the PDF files. But to make it easier in the future, if the tax man ever question me, like all the PDF files in one Excel formula. This is a summary, then the transaction, how much I made, them the how much money came out, then what went in the bank, then if you're still not happy, HMRC, or how many hours did you work, how many weeks did you work? This will automatically tells have not just like this is just a basic information, but this will show me why I did not make that much because I didn't work so many weeks, I didn't work so many hours. The hours have been separated. The date is minimum start date for that week, a minimum finish date for that week. I grouped together so I could see look at the sheet one and I worked so many days in that week. The postcode and all this pick up drop off all everything there so have a perfect record. That's for the record keeping, and this is just a center ground, middle ground, going to next level, mean, medium for your earnings guide. But this is for the next level, these two pivot tables to show how to make extra profit. Basically, was it 23 PDF files I put in one go and print. It took time to make the code, but once this code now is made, I could just put in each year's 52 sheets. So make a yearly record of each year in one Excel file and record and analyze it in the future. All this. And I think like this is just a sample, but if me working in a tax office, accountancy office, this could be much greater if we could take it to the next level, adapt it for customers. So it'll be any invoice. For my opinion, this is fine for my personal experience from my taxi. But if I'm going progressing to the next stage as working in an accountancy office, we make a Python coding to make a record keeping, them like a descriptive analysis, minimum, maximum, them a general guide idea for customers, clients in the accountancy office using the invoices to find out like from their credit card machine what times they're busiest, what time they are busiest, and the average earning. They have a rough idea. Hold up, this day might be quiet. We could do on offer. They might not have postcode, or might they do like if someone's doing home deliveries, takeaways, or that stuff. They might need that or other stuff. Even now, the shops are doing delivering stuff. So there's there's more. If someone wants to do it, they could do more. Take it to the next level for postcode or that stuff. Just I I did it specifically for my taxi, Kevin Cab's credit card invoices on account jobs, but someone could do it for a general invoice and take it to the next level. Okay, that's me finished for part 31.